Week for the Vinylmation community. We've had a load of new releases and loads of new information, which I'm going to go through as best as I can for this week. So big thank you for checking us out either on YouTube or on the audio version through like iTunes. So I'm just going to get a quick comment in straight away if you want to subscribe either on iTunes or YouTube, whichever way you are listening to this webcast. And let's kick things off with some of this week's big news. Sort of Big Hero 6 is now sort of out in the parks. It got delayed a week, but now that one's sort of out. So that was sort of one of those quick things. Sort of one of the big things we found out this week was we had two new releases, which include the classic Orphan's Benefit Twin Pack. Now this was designed by Bert. It is a limited edition size of 2,500. It has a price of $29.95 and was designed by Bert. This is a kind of, again, a sort of a classics collection Vinylmation. We have Mickey Mouse and Goofy. I love the Mickey Mouse. Not too sure on the Goofy, not too sure of the way they've done the face, but I've actually I've got this box myself ordered, so I'll have it in a week or so's time. I just love the Mickey Mouse. I also love the fact that we've got a new artist, Bert. I've not seen too much of his work before, so that's good to see that they're bringing in new ideas. I think sort of going down the twin line and expanding the classics collection using sort of twin packs and maybe Eachez is a great way of doing it, rather than sort of going down more blind boxes, because classics collection was a pretty popular idea, and I think sort of a little twin pack is a great thing here and then. Nothing wrong with a nice black and white cartoon. It's how it all started. But there we go. So now there was the classics one. So that's out also in D Street, in Walt Disney World, and in Disneyland. So that was the single release that we all knew about. We also had another new release, which was the Stitch Trading Night Eachez. Now this was released at D Street in Walt Disney World. Limited edition 500 with a variant of 50. As expected, sold out. LE 500, and then just Stitch as anyway is very popular. So there's one of the reasons why he is. It's just a really popular character, and also anything to do with these sort of Trading Night Eachez are just really sought after. The super low edition size of 500. You throw in a variant, which is then there's only like 50 of those variants around. A surprise release, very well done. I think it's a really good idea that Disney have been sort of releasing those figures the way they have, on those very low LE. Just drop them out on the street, don't tell anybody, and they can sell out. None of those trade like figures haven't sold out. They've all been very popular. I'm hoping we have sort of something similar in the future. The only interesting thing with the sort of the Trading Night Eachez is the fact that we really didn't have those Trading Nights. There was 12 of those figures released. We only had a couple of trade nights, Disneyland and Walt Disney World. So they've been just dropping them randomly, and I think that's now it. That's now all of those trade night Eachez are out. More of them went to Walt Disney World, surprisingly. Don't know if that was just because of the Imagination Gala where they released 3 at once. That was a way of sort of clearing them out. But very popular. He's easily going for double or treble the retail price already just for the common. Really super popular, and I really hope that we do see a lot more of this in the future. It has shown that there is a demand for very low limited edition numbers stuff. Is it good for us to live away from the parks or can't get to the parks? It's not very good, but at the same time it brings a chase, and it brings some exclusivity to Vinylmation, something which has been sorely lacking for a number of years. So that's my thought on the Stitch. It's just, again, a fantastic figure, and I love that one. But we also had another new release. Now this was the Pain and Panic Twin Pack from the I can't even say the word now. The Villainous Duos. So this twin pack is limited edition size 1500. It is again priced at $29.95. Designed by Maria Collapsis. Very cool. It got released online. Now this is where things get a little bit difficult. It wasn't released at D Street in Disneyland. It was just online, and it sold out very quickly. Which there is probably a reason for this, because I'm just going to quickly bring up here now December's new release, which I'm going to talk about in a second here. Here we have Pain and Panic D Street. December the 19th. Now, it could be that the online version wasn't supposed to go online until the middle of next month, and it went online early, and that's why it wasn't updated. So that looks to be the reason why. We had that on the same information, so Pain and Panic is going to be coming to the parks, but just not for a month. Now, it could again be just a DisneyStore.com mistake. And anything on Disney Store that is popular will sell out quick anyway. I mean, if you look on DisneyStore.com at the minute, there's very few items, because over the last year or so, they have been trying to reduce the amount of overall stock they've had. And with that big 25% clear out, they've been able to clear out a lot of stock. So that was the big sort of releases of the week. So the big one really was the Stitch Trading Night, completely sold out. And then those two twin packs. Now, we did have some official confirmation, finally, of some new information on some releases that are coming out in December and November. I've been saying for a number of weeks now that sort of Disney haven't been announcing anything. They've not been telling us any new information on Vinylmation, and it was getting sort of slightly frustrating for a lot of collectors who didn't know what they were doing. You know, they couldn't always just plan to be at D Street on Fridays just in case. People weren't going to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning to log on to DisneyStore.com for new releases if they didn't know what was coming. So Disney have put out some information. Now, they did it slightly different this time. They've put out a single document with a single image with all this month's information on. So very different than how they've been doing it in the past, but I'd take this over no information at all. So as you can see here, this is November's release. So we've had Big Hero 6, and we've had the Classic Collection Orphan Benefits set. So they've both been out. We can see here officially now that Boba Fett Holiday is going to be out 1,500 of those, retail price of $16.95. He's going to be out on November 21st. And then there's going to be a Detour Pinstripe Eachez, which is going to be out again, limited edition size 1,000, $16.95 a blind box. There's a bit of a sort of a funky sort of Detour figure there. I do like the idea of sort of these Eaches coming out like this. It's a cool little figure. It's interesting that they've gone this time again for the next year. If you're a big Minnie Mouse collector, you're going to have some deep pockets, because in nearly all the new Eaches coming out, a lot of them have got Minnie as the variant, which is going to be slightly difficult to get. So those are the two that are out next week. And then the following week, on November 28th, we have a new limited edition series, limited release blind box series for Gravity Falls. So we have a 8-piece set, and you can see there we've got Mabel, and we've also got Dipper and some other characters which I don't really know yet. I did try and watch an episode of Gravity Falls the other day. So I'm trying to get into it, because I'm having a lot of people sort of saying to me I should watch it, and you know, it's a lot of fun, and the amount of merchandise that's coming out is really cool. I do love the fact that we have got new figures coming for new sort of characters. It's really interesting to see that they're doing something different, and I love the fact that they're coming out with new Vinylmation series based on new characters. It is what we need. We need to be, they need to be fast, taking advantage of situations. And I love the fact that the characters look bright, and it just looks really cool, and I'm really excited about it. Will I be buying the set myself? No, because I'm not a Gravity Falls fan. It's this kind of thing again. We've got it's just a really cool design, and I just think they're very, very well done. So that there was, like I said, that was November's releases. So we now know what's coming up this month. We also now know what's coming up in December. Right, so let's kick things off. We have on December the 5th, we have the Iron Patriot and War Machine Twin Pack. Again, $24.95. Edition size 1,500. Iron Patriot and War Machine. If you're not too sure of those guys from the Marvel comics, I know they've been in the movies. Personally, a must-have for me. I've going to be desperately trying to get hold of that twin pack. I love it. I love the characters. I love the design. Anything Marvel related for me is a must-have. So that is the Marvel Iron Patriot and War Machine. We'd previously seen them at the Imagination Gala and even at the New York City Comic Con. Now we have two more of these villainous duos. We have the Pain and Panic on December the 15th, and also on the same day we have the Flotsam and Jetsam set featuring the eels from Little Mermaid. So there again, 1500. That'll be out end of the 15th of December, which is pretty cool. I think it looks really cool. Actually, it might be I'm just having a quick check here. Just have a quick look. Oh yeah, December 19th. So so that they're $29.95 each. They look pretty cool. Really excited about those two sets. I think they're very well done. I think they're going to be very popular. Limited edition size 1500, probably just about right. I mean, it's kind of sort of falls into the territory of the afternoon sets that we saw earlier this year. Don't know if that's maybe slightly too high, but they are going to be popular characters. We also then have this these two new Eaches. We have Goofy, which is going to be representing Disneyland. These are going to be $14.95, released on 19th of December. The common is to Goofy in his Buzz Lightyear suit, and there's a 1 in 10 chance of getting the variant version of Mickey Mouse with a chocolate sort of icicle lollipop. I'm not too sure of. I don't think it's a great idea having variants with accessories that are too easy to find. I think that's going to make life a little bit difficult for some people. And then over in Walt Disney World, they have Donald Duck, basically in a Frontierland outfit. Again, Mickey Mouse is the variant. Now, looking at this picture here, it looks like both the Mickeys look the same. I think there might be some text on the back saying which version, so there might be some slight different. They're open edition, so they're not limited release. They'll be available for the whole of 2015. They're basically replacing this year's Sorcerer's Mickey one. What that does mean now that we've got a different version for Disneyland, a completely different figure. So I know myself, I'm going to be trying to get hold of blind boxes for both of them, because I like Goofy, I like Donald, I do like the Sorcerer Mickey. I love the fact it's got an ice cream on it, because I collect any Vinylmation with ice cream on it due to my work. So it's quite interesting that it's like that. So I'm going to be taking my chance on a couple of boxes of them. And then finally, also we have on December 26th, on Boxing Day, limited edition size 2,500, retail price of $16.95. We have the Ant-Man Eaches. This is from the new Marvel. This Ant-Man is actually going to be a new movie coming out in the summer of next year. Again, big Marvel fans are going to love this one. Limited edition size 2,500 is quite a lot. So it'll be interesting to see how this sells. He's not a sort of a mainstream character yet. I'm kind of surprised they've released him now. I would have thought they would have released it closer to the movie coming out. And these two guys are actually, I think they're actually two different characters, but Ant-Man has two different people inside of him. But there we go. So that is all the releases for next year. For the next 2 months. Great to see we finally got information. We know what's coming out in the next 6 weeks. It'll be interested to know in the comments and just dropping us a line of what you think you're enjoying, or what you're going to add to your collection. I know there's a few there I'm going to be adding. I particularly like the Iron Patriot War Machine, and I also like the 2015 Eaches and the Ant-Man. I'm not going to be picking up the Villainous Duo sets. I like them, but I'm having to be a little bit restrictive on space. And so there, lots of stuff, lots of things for different people. I think it's great that we finally got some information. So it's going to be. It's also, I think it's quite cool now that we're kind of, we're either having only a twin pack or an Eaches. So we're having a lot of releases, but there's not a lot of full sets. I mean, in the next sort of 6 weeks, we've only got one blind box series, Gravity Falls. We've had a couple in the past couple of weeks, Big Hero 6 and Christmas Carol. But I do like the idea that they're sort of spreading out releases, just a little each here and there. But it's also quite funny when you think of the Eaches that they are $17, so they are nearly $5 more than a normal blind box. So it can make a little bit more money for them. But anyway, so that is all the information now that we've got. If you log on to Vinylmation Kingdom, so I'm just going to quickly bring up the website. Here we have VinylmationKingdom.com. All of this week's latest Vinylmation news. We also have the release calendar here, and as well lots of bits and pieces on Vinylmation Kingdom, so be sure to check us out over there. You can also check us out on our social media such as YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, etc. So make sure you check us out on there. And again, just thank you very much for tuning in and watching this webcast. And I will be back in a week's time with another episode where we look at all this week's Vinylmation news. And again, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I shall see you in another video.